don't know how this one's going to come out. Well, I've wrote about 5 pages, so I'll wait till a few people come in and then I'll read it. I'll read it and then we'll have a chat about it higher, because I'll just see if it makes sense to anyone. And I'm just going to read it like I wrote it. Before I start, someone was asking me earlier on, how do you meditate? I think meditating is not always the way you're told, you know, like, oh, hi, you've got to sit on the floor and be like, yeah, that works for some, but you can actually, the other day I meditated, I was that relaxed, I fell asleep, so, oh well, which is probably good if I do before bedtime, and then I'd fall asleep and I was in a nice sleep as well. Meditating can be like, it's just silence, you need to be in silence and in the now, so you could be drawing. When I'm drawing, I tend to draw things and then write things next to it, because that's when those thoughts come in. It's normally something in silence, like if you were gardening. If you like gardening and you were gardening, like the other day when I started writing stuff down, I take a notebook out with me now, just in case some thoughts from somewhere come in my head, and I'll just write them down. And it always flows like this did today. Or you could be doing, like I said, artwork. It's normally when you're creating, people say, oh, it's a distraction. No, creating is not a distraction. Hi, other things are a distraction, like watching TV or listening to the radio, them sort of things, not when you're creating, because we are creators. I'm going to read this out the way it came to me today, because that's what I'll do, and then we'll talk about it. But when you're on that frequency, you start, like, I got up this morning, I tend to have a coffee, but I've got to start getting off that a bit and getting more water in me. Yeah, lazy days. And normally, whoever comes on first, that I'm just having a nose who's talking about what, it's normally always somebody talking about the same thing, because it's that consciousness and that frequency. If I'm sending out that frequency of what I'm into at the minute, that's when you come across the people on the same frequency. Star seeds I was talking about. Last year, I did get told off someone when I was just doing my usual videos, because my videos are normally just random. I'll just talk about anything I want to, because guess what? I like talking, if you hadn't noticed. But that's because I like connecting and trying to get people to feel positive, because we need it, especially in the batshit crazy world we live in today. And if you don't think we are, look around. So we do need that positive light to boost people up. And someone said last year something like, oh, you're a starseed, or oh, you're a light worker. I know what a light worker was, but I was like, starseed? Starseed, well, we do all come from stars, as they say. Stardust, makes you think of that film Stardust, which I'll talk about in a minute. But I'm going to read out the way I scribbled it all out, if I can read it, because when I do it, it's just all messy, like, because I'm just like this, and I just carry on until I stop. So hopefully I can read it. So I'll read it out first, see if it makes sense, and then I'll sort of go over it or pick bits out. But this is the way I've written it, so I'm going to read it the way I just done. There's number 17 again. Hi. So I'm not going to look in chat, I'm just going to read it out. It won't take long to read out. Right. So I'm just going to read it as I've wrote it, as it, started flowing out. So it says, all light frequency. Stars hold frequency and light. We are all frequency and light, energy, beings. But in physical form, we are like stars, multidimensional. We move through different dimensions, lifting us up to our true self, true spiritual being. We work up in layers. Remember the film Stardust? She came down, it's a bit like the story in the Bible, isn't it? If anyone's seen that, she was a star that came down, crashed to earth. She was a star that came down in physical form, because she said that wasn't her physical form. I'm going to have to go and watch that film again. That wasn't her physical form, but she said she's always awake. She's always watching, and she was a positive thing because she was a star. I think we are all stars, but she came down in a physical form. Like we're physical forms from the stars. Um, Also, the song When You Were Little, When You Wish Upon a Star, makes me think of like frequencies, putting your intentions out there, law of attraction, when you wish upon a star. But I'll sort of talk about that in a minute. Ever heard the word starseed? I have heard the word starseed. We are all starseeds, and your spiritual self is helping you to come into one, to be one, physical and spiritual, like I said the other day. Hi. This is what's been hidden from us. As I said the other day, we need the spiritual self to come to the physical self. Then we know what we are. You can't have one without the other. As above, so below. Physical, spiritual, come together. How your spirit self contacts you and gives you messages, because I believe you have an over self, which is your like higher spiritual self. And they contact you all the time, but because we're distracted, we don't hear the messages or see the messages. But I'll talk about that in a minute. So how they can message you, you can message you through music. If you hear something, sometimes it's just, you might just hear a couple of words. I'm going to explain this again in a bit because it sounds a bit mad. Drawing, you hear someone saying something, signs around you, like everyday signs around you. You might just be sort of drawn to something. Coincidences aren't coincidences. Synchronicity. I had synchronicity, and I'll show you after what my synchronicity was. It was the beginning of this year, I think it was. Too many synchronicities. It's a frequency lining up. Hi, I'm not talking in chat at the minute because I just need to read this out that I wrote. You can ask. Oh, no, sorry, that's something else. People you meet who come into your life at the right time. You think, oh, it's a bit of a coincidence that someone came in at the right time because I was feeling down, all this, that, and the other. Could be in your real life, or like on, if you've got a YouTube channel like I do, you get talking to people on there, or you see other channels with people with the same frequency and talking about the same stuff as you. So you're lining up and in tuning with them. Also, if you've never heard of, I'm probably going to say this wrong, Celestine, is it Celestine Prophecies? You either need to go and read it. It's actually on YouTube. I've been listening to it because I think I read it years ago. Forgot about it. But it makes sense, now, again, even though it did then. But I'll talk about that again in a minute. We are celestial beings of love, light, frequency, energy. When we all begin to realise this around the world, because that's why there's star seeds dotted around the world, we'll talk about that in a bit, the world starts vibrating on a higher vibration and frequency of love and light. It lifts up. It lifts up the earth. Everything on earth is the same, energy. So it's Celestine, animals, plants, everything, the universe, because we all work off the same energy or frequency. It all works off each other, and the world needs it. We are all distracted too much. We are all distracted by too much thought from others, from other people, noise from the outside world, this materialistic world. Phones, internet, TV, especially TV, because it's all like all in your ears all the time, all in your face all the time, disconnecting you from what you really are, disconnecting you from doing what you should really be doing. Don't get me wrong, it helps, us connect, but it's a hinder as well. And they send out the wrong frequencies. There's like music, I don't know which, I'm not a musical person, but I know that I think 432, you should listen to things in 432 hertz, and there's a much higher one for love. They put out what is taught in music today, the wrong hertz, and frequencies that are coming through your TV and everywhere else are not good. They're making us sick, people. They're bringing you down and making you feel depressed and stuff like that. We need to be in a higher frequency. I've been listening to some beautiful music today in a higher frequency, and I sent it to someone and they said they were entranced when they heard it. I said there's a difference. It's a slight difference, but it makes you feel a lot better. Household objects are pumping stuff out, microwaves and, like I said, your TV and different sort of things. The music that you listen to today, if you're listening to the wrong music. We need the next generation, us as well, because most of us are doing this, to start working towards harnessing the light frequency, energy, power, learn to be in the now and the knowing, in the quiet and listening to what's being brought into you. When I heard about maybe the pyramids, because we say about pyramids, and I think it was harnessing energy or making energy, but I said a few weeks ago, I believe, because the pyramids are not just in Egypt, they're actually dotted around the globe everywhere. Some are still underground and stuff, from years back. When we've lost things, when the great floods and stuff, I think they were there to harness energy and frequencies to above as well, because it's as above, so below. To the universe, because we all work together with the planets, we all work off the same frequency, to bring the planets and Earth up into that love vibration, a higher vibration, so everything works in tune with each other. Yeah, Antarctica. In tune with each other. All the animals, the plants, everything, every living thing, everything is energy. Everything is light, everything is energy. So I believe that's what I believe. I'm not saying you have to believe it. That's what I feel, that's what it was. That's why more people are waking up. They say star seeds. Star seeds are dotted about. We're all star seeds, but we've started waking up. We've started realising, remembering. Because I said to my dad as well, even though he thought it was the weather, I went, you never really see a starry sky. I don't over here. Not a clear starry sky like it used to be. I remember a time when I used to look up and think I could see all the stars. Everyone now say, oh yeah, it's the weather you can't see. Well, the weather, well, we're learning about the weather, aren't we, in America? We're learning about weather machines. Are they putting things in the sky? Never mind about chemtrails for doing this, that and the other. Are they putting stuff in the sky to stop us seeing or remembering to look up at the stars as we are part of the stars? It's like they're twinkling. Remember, remember, remember. Remember the light and the frequency. You are from the stars. You are, we all know this. We have stardust in us. That's why it makes me think of the film Stardust. They put it out there in films, but we're here in the 3D, not in that, but the spirituals coming together. I'm good. That's why I said the other day, I've been saying it's Aquarius, age of Aquarius, that is lifting the veil. We have been told lies of who we really are, so you really do have to, I've just pulled this card out before, have a fresh approach on things, people, because we've been lied to about a lot. And hidden structures, like I said before, and hidden, like I said, if you go and watch the Celestine prophecies, I'll spell that out after because I'm probably saying it wrong. We've been lied to about who we really are and how we really work and how reality is and how we really work. I'll jump into chat in a bit. But there's a lot of people waking up. They've been waking up over time. But it's like, do they put the stuff in the skies to hide the stars? I know it sounds daft. I've just looked out the window and I can't see no stars again because that blanket of cloud or whatever's come over again. I remember a time when I could look up and see lots of stars. It's remembering to look up, but we're too busy looking down at our phones and other stuff that keeps us distracted. That's what I think. So there's a lot of people starting to wake up, but I'll just keep reading the bit that I wrote down today. So what did I just say? So, and all with the knowledge of the knowing who we really are will keep distracting us, like I just says, as we are infinity, an everlasting source of knowledge and light, always evolving. Think of the word love, because we always say, love is the answer, higher frequency of love. Think of the word love, spin it around. What does it spell? Evolve. We are always evolving, meaning I just said about our spiritual selves coming together, but we'll move up in different levels till we get to the top because we're always evolving. You're waking up, you're starting to realise what we are. We start evolving our spiritual selves. We've done a lot of physical stuff. We need to evolve our spiritual selves. Well, yeah, I guess it depends where you are, if you've got sort of good weather to see the stars, but I do remember seeing stars. I also believe that the planets around us, they all are frequency. Every planet works off a frequency. And that's why I don't know a lot about planets and that, but when you know, oh yeah, there's a full moon and Saturn's coming into something and this is happening with the planets that come into line with Earth, the reason I think they come into line is they have to come into line because I see the world. I'm not saying the planets are like this, but I see the world as it's like a big clock. They all come in at a time they're supposed to come in at. You know, on that, like the astrological wheel. They all come in at a time, on time, when they're supposed to, because that's when a shift happens or we evolve to a next level. Not always knowing it, but we do. And we've got to learn this. And this is why I'm saying I think things have been hidden. Um, what else did I write? Yeah, we just think planets are frequencies and they work with our frequency of Earth. So when you're all vibrating on the right vibe, beautiful things happen. But guess what? Crappy things have been happening because we've been, not all of us, a lot of people have been vibrating on the wrong vibe because it's been put out there with frequency weapons and the things they tell you on TV. So, like I've said before in past videos, it keeps you in a bad down vibration, depression, low vibrations, and then you're mad and you're depressed, and then you're telling other people, and then they don't like being around you. Then you might get in an argument. All that's affecting. I know it sounds mad. I believe it's affecting Earth. It's affecting other planets. We've got to be in sync. We've got to be in line. Talking about being in sync, I'll just get the things. I've told you before, I think it was the beginning of this year, I went shopping, and I'm not going through the whole story again because there's quite a few different things that I kept getting and thought I had them at home and thought my mum took it to the charity shop and saw them in the charity shop and brought them back and realised that they were still at home, and I was like, but they're exactly the same. Like these two cushions. A cushion a friend got me from a charity shop years ago. My mum was tidying up and got rid of some stuff and took it to the charity shop, and I saw this in there and thought, no way, she took that cushion back to, she took it to the charity shop without asking me because I love cupcakes and anything pink, but I did quite like this pillow and it was off a friend who just thought of me and got it. You know, I'm not bothered, it was a little gift. I'm not bothered, it was from charity shop. I don't care about the ego, you know. I'm not into my labels or anything like that, I don't care. And I thought, oh my God, she's took it to the charity shop. She's not even asked me. Oh, what is my mum like? So I went in and bought it back, got home and was like, hence it was bought like years ago. And it was the same one. Exactly the same colour, exactly the same pillow. And I kept having loads of things like that happening with different things I was buying back, and I was like, what's going on? And someone was like, you know, someone's trying to tell you something, you're beginning to line up with different things, because this is the time as well, this year, last year, and a few years on, I started falling away from my ego and having that thought, which a lot of people have, why are we here? I know that sounds whack. Why are we here? We are not here for what we've believed we're here for. There's no way. There is something more. There's something more. And I've always thought that. And don't tell me you've never thought that. Everyone must think that at a time, like, what we're here for. Even if bad things happen, like, what is the point? What we're here for? What we're here for? We're here for more than what we think we're here for. I don't hardly listen. I started not listening to music, or I should say, singers. You know, which I'm quite glad about because now I'm learning what some of these people are. I'm glad I don't. I'm not interested in music, yeah, but in the right frequency, you know, hertz. I stopped watching TV because I hated the news, but we all know about the TV now and the news. You know, what propaganda they put out. Just things were falling away, and I really wasn't bothered. You know, I really wasn't bothered. And I was getting into more art and making jewellery and being creative that way, doing other stuff instead of sitting there watching that thing in the corner. The only reason I've got a TV at the minute is because my little one watches cartoons, which has probably got stuff in as well, as we know, but he doesn't watch it all the time. But I don't really watch anything unless I want to sort of watch the news to see what they are saying against what we know what's going on, because that just makes me laugh. But all that started falling away. You know, I'm not a label person with clothes and stuff. Like, fashion doesn't bother me. I just like what I like, and I'm glad as well, because learning about these fashion people as well and what they follow is not good people. But you keep sticking with your labels, especially Nike. Ooh. So yeah, you know, hi. I have. But did I write anything else? I think that was it. I was just saying, I think there's a lot of people have been waking up for time, because everyone will say, oh, you know, I've thought this and I've thought that, but there's more and more people I can see, because I'm on YouTube and I'm watching, I'm like, oh, they're talking about the same thing. And that's what I was thinking about, consciousness, because everyone goes about the shift and the Great Awakening. It is happening, and I don't just mean the Q thing. I mean, it is happening because it's meant to happen. I think it was in scriptures years ago, but it's been hidden, because I think when people went in search years ago for our true meaning in life, they didn't come back, or it took them ages. And certain institutes and things took over and thought, oh, well, why they're off doing the thing, we'll just put ours in there, because I think we'll just control and have a means of a better life with money and stuff. And so the stuff began that, you know, we know about, the corruptness and that. But I'm not really going to talk about that, because they're on a lower vibration, all them lot. But it's more that we're going through an evolution of thought, and what thought brings, and how thought works, and where thought comes from when you're thinking things. And like I said, you get messages from your higher self. I know this sounds mad, but those of you on board will know. Your higher self every day if you ask for it, but because you're distracted by daily things, daily, you know, boring things that you have to do, or the TV, or when you're out in nature going for a walk, you're not looking or listening because you're on your phone. I'd say just don't take your phone out with you. You'll see little messages in nature. You'll see sometimes I've said things or looked things and asked about something and said, oh, show us a sign like a big heart somewhere. And then I remember looking across the road and there was this big picture of a heart on this church thing, and thought, I've never seen that before. So I was like, there's just certain ways it comes in, like a song might come on and you just hear a couple of words with what you were thinking about. It's like a sign saying you're on the right path. Or through, I'm trying to think what I've done. Yeah, updating your home. You might just hear people talking in the street. This happened to me ages ago. It was something I was on or thinking about, and I just heard this conversation. I didn't really hear the conversation, but I just heard the word love or something very loud, which I thought was peculiar, because that's what I was thinking about, and I was doing stuff about that. And it's them little things. The more you pick up on it, the more you start seeing it. I don't know if that makes sense, but I'm trying to think of experiences I've had. It's even little things like, someone was saying a story about they were after something like a fur coat, or something like a hooded fur coat for winter, and they just thought, something was telling me to go to the charity shop. So they went to the charity shop and said, lo and behold, what were the odds? They found this lovely knitted woolly cape thing, whatever they were after, with a hood, and they couldn't believe it. And it was an older one, but you know, older things in years back lasted longer, and it was a reversible one with tweed inside or something, and they said it was just brilliant. But it's those sort of things. You can ask for something, and you've got to be aware. It's awareness of the things around you that they're pointing the signs to you. I can't really explain it. I've had lots of things that happen and you're like, that can't be a coincidence. It's not a coincidence. It's messages from your higher self. Your higher self is, I would say, celestial beings, but your being, you have a higher self where disconnected, well, we're not disconnected from it, we're not told about it. It tries to bring things into us because it's not on the physical plane, it's not here, it's in the next dimension, or dimensions, because I believe we go through a few. You ascend. That's what we're getting hidden from. We have to ascend to evolve, but we're sort of kept in this 3D world because these people, these elites, are not letting us because they lie at every corner. They're putting all the stuff out on TV. Even in religion, the wrong uns have come in. Not everyone's wrong in the churches and different religions in the churches of them places where you go, but there are a lot that do that. And I'm not saying the Bible's not good, because it is, but they twist that a little bit. Yeah, British Fight, the brilliant British Fight, and Aslan's Army. But I'm not talking about that tonight. I'll have to talk about that another day. And it's like I've said, they hide this from us because it's only for a select few, you know, these elites and these families with bloodlines who think they have the right to it when they don't have the right to it. They might have think they were descended from gods or whatever, and they've got to keep that bloodline, but the actual knowing, the actual power that we all hold within us is meant for everybody. It's not meant for just an elite few or whoever's got into that sort of gang, if you want to call it. It was meant for mankind, and that is what they're keeping from us. But there are star seeds around the globe. You all are a star seed. It's when you start waking up. The moment you wake up is when you know there's something off. That's when you wake up, you're like, just something off. And that's what I was thinking years ago, something off. Yeah, I need more storage in space. There's something off, and I thought that, could have been 8 years ago now. It's like something's off. Like, this news is always miserable all the time. Like, what's going on? There's got to be more to life than this. I'm not having it. I am not having it. There's more to life. There's more to life. Yeah, they think they have. Yeah, they think they have the pure bloodline of Lucifer. Exactly, Lucifer. Because what it is they're more in the medieval times, and they're keeping us in the medieval, whatever you want to say, medieval evil. But we're evolving from that. We're evolving from that. That's the sort of times they're keeping us in. Because believe it or not, the sort of stuff they do is medieval. They stick to them old traditions. It's not about that. They made their own things up so they could keep us from what we really are and keep us in fear and everything else. And it's not right. But the good thing is the vibrations of everybody waking up it's brilliant, and it's only going to take so much, and the higher vibrations will be lifted to change this world, and that is what's happening. And that is what's happening a lot with the old Q train and all that, because people are researching and learning stuff like we should be doing, not going back to sleep, questioning everything, and it's all being brought in. Yeah, when you first start waking up, it is staggering. When you first start waking up, I should say, I'm researching, I'm finding out stuff, and it never stops. You're just finding out stuff all the time. It is, I don't even know what the word is. You're just like, it hurts. It hurts, and it's just like, but then you start realising what we are and the power that we hold, and the vibrations of the world are vibrating in tune. I believe that's why maybe we've got Space Force people, because maybe, I'm only saying this in my little brain thinking, got to think outside the box. Maybe there was something in space, because think about all them films, Star Wars and Death Star and all this, that something was helping to sort of send the frequencies to Earth to dumb us down and keep us all, in a Skynet sort of thing, whatever you want to call, keeping us, sheeple, and stuff like that. And maybe they've gone up there, and maybe they're sort of sorting that out, because there's some really weird things going on now with, what's that? Really weird things going on in the space of what they call space observatory things. I can't even say the right name. Right, I can't even see chat. Where's chat? But yeah, so it's interesting. But I do believe that. I'm believing that we're coming more into our spiritual, our physical selves are meeting up with our spiritual. If you've started thinking that way, that's what's happening. And if you're thinking it's all like, oh, well, that's why you've got to sort of have a fresh, pulled this card out before, a fresh approach to your thinking. They don't want you to think. They don't want you to question anything about, I don't know, the Bible, religion, whatever. They want to religion's there to control. I'm not saying the word of God, I'm saying control. Control. They're keeping us away from God's source, because we are all from source, energy and light and frequencies. And we should be in tune. And these Luciferians, whatever you want to call them, elites, they've been knocking our frequencies off and putting bad frequencies out there. So what I said, go and listen to some music in 432 hertz, people. Just listen to some meditation music on YouTube. It's great. They've been knocking us off. That's why we're all like, no. If some sort of music was blasted out all over the planet, see, we have frequencies coming into us, we don't hear them. Stars work off frequencies. If you've ever seen a star, that I've seen a lot on YouTube, they're not just little planets, whatever you want to call them, there, just twinkling away. They move. They vibrate. And if anyone's ever seen Dr. Emoto, water, how it affects water, if you want to go over, like this person on here who obviously doesn't research, it on the water, it makes the water more, like if you project love on it, on the frequency of it, it becomes more beautiful in a different shape. That's what the stars do if you actually go and find them videos, which reminds me of a bit like the light water, the fluid. Relax, look at you, getting triggered. That's what I mean about people who come on and they're just like, why are you on here? It's a bit like as above, so below. The water's above, water's below. It's a firmament like water. Because the stars remind me of, I was watching a meditation video today and it was like light coming through water. And that's when the beams come down, from up above. It just reminds me of water. Bye. Yes, I don't know why people come on channels they're not into. It's strange. But then again, it doesn't matter because you're putting my views up. But yeah, I don't know if you get what I'm saying, but a lot of people are beginning to wake up because I'm just coming across a lot of people who are like, haha, they're on the same wavelength, they want the same thing, and it is about bringing the vibrations up, not all this negativity and all these like troll people, because those sort of people, you get ones who are paid to troll YouTube and everywhere, they're people from lower bots or lower vibrations that, don't research, would rather be held in a lower vibration, which is not nice to be in a lower vibration. Bless them. We should be working on a higher vibration. You need to, and if you want to do this, you need to start switching that TV off and start researching and getting out in nature, doing things you love and creating stuff and really focusing on what is around you, listening, having quiet time. Meditating could be in the bath, away from your kids. If you're like, oh, when the kids are in bed, somewhere quiet, put your candles on and just sort of be in the now and let them thoughts come through. Always carry like maybe a pencil, a pen or whatever and a little notebook wherever you go in your bag. And if you're out in the garden, if you start getting thoughts coming in, just write them down and then read them back and see what they say. It's your over self telling you, it's your intuition. It's your intuition. It's beginning to line up. Yeah, hi. Well, nature's one of the biggest things because obviously nature and everything works on frequency. So when you're out in nature, just listening, not, just sitting there. Like I said before, get your feet on the ground. If you haven't got a garden, just go for a walk somewhere nice, where you can enjoy it and just sit there. Even if you've only got 10 minutes to spare on your dinner or something, go somewhere green and just sit there and just take in nature. That's why I'd say go over. I want you all to do this. If you know about this book, brilliant. If you don't, actually, it's on YouTube. The guy talking about it, so it's easy to listen to that. I'm going to listen to the rest when I get into bed because I do remember this book ages ago. But go and listen to the I don't know if I'm saying this right. The Celestine Prophecies, Celestin. I think it is. Prophecy. It's on a channel called, I think it's a YouTube channel called Brock Start, I think. BROCKSART. And you can listen to that like an audio. And it's brilliant because, just listen to what he's saying and say, just don't tell me it doesn't make sense because it does. Also, there was, what was the other one I was watching? a YouTube channel called Movie Spirit Clips, all in one word. And they had something about, you'll see it, something about your energy. And you can tell where your energy is if you don't believe we're all energy by putting your fingers together. It shows you. And when you're looking, and you sort of relax your eyes and let your eyes go a bit, like not concentrating too hard, let them go a bit fuzzy. And you will see, I can see it now, you will see your energy. You can see it around your fingers, like, I'm not saying you're Aurora, you can see it around your fingers. You can, and then I get funny fingers because I can feel it in my fingers. I do that a lot on my cards when I'm picking my cards, and I get a little buzz on them. Well, there's a lot more people waking up than you know, and I'm not saying everyone waking up to Q because it's all the same thing. There is a lot of people waking up around the globe. Even you're awake if you're just thinking, what is this all about? What's this life? It's gone mad. That's the start. So, well, if you go and watch Movie Spirit Clips, you'll see it. How you can feel it. I always feel it. You can feel it in your fingers, but you can see your energy. But you've got to practice, and you've got to get into watching the right people, into reading the right books, meditating in any way you want to. It's basically sitting in the quiet and waiting for something to come in. But like I said, it could be while you're painting, because you're switching off to things. I've heard people say before, oh yeah, they say the spiritual, oh, it's not good to do things like that because it's distracting, it's evil. No, it's not. Distraction is that thing in the corner, the evil TV, and all the other electrical things. Switching off and painting or gardening or something like that is quite natural, and it's creating. We are our own creators. So you're switching off to that sort of stuff, and when you're painting, I find it relaxing. That's when things come in. That's why I start writing stuff on my pictures. When you're in the garden, it's relaxing. You're switching off to them frequencies that you don't really want, and you're getting back in the frequencies that you need to hear. So, yeah, you can't see it, but you can feel it. Of course you can feel it. Energy's around you. We breathe air. We can't see it, but we know it's there. We know it's there. It's a bit like this storm in America. Some frequencies been pushing that thing or making it go down, haven't they? So I don't know if it made sense. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just seeing it every day, everywhere. But I really, really, if you have not, or even jog your memory on the Celestine prophecies, because I remember it years ago. But I tell you what, if you want something good to listen to in bed tonight, if you're over here, or in the day, or driving to work, whatever, go over to, go and find it on YouTube. It's like a little green book, but I think the one I'm watching is on Brockstart, BROCKSART YouTube channel, and you'll see it, and it's the guy talking about it, the story of what happened, and it's all to do with thinking it's about thinking about oh, it was only a coincidence that happened, or this happened, and it's not. I can't even explain that book. It's just brilliant. It's what we are. Yeah, balance. Yeah. When I was growing up, they used to say that being left-handed was bad to most people in the country. Oh, well, they say a lot of things that are bloody bad. It's just ridiculous. You own a dog, so you walk miles in the... Yeah, and it's peaceful. It's got to be relaxing, because if you think about it, there's too much noise today. There's too much noise from that thing, the TV. There's too much noise, even off friends and family, and they're moaning about stuff that isn't really that important. It's like when my mum comes here, she's always cleaning, and she never shuts up, and she's always going on about cleaning because she's so obsessed with cleaning because she's got OCD. But her brain... She never quiets down, and I've told her she needs to, because from the minute she gets up, she's just like, nah. And I'm just like, I get quite stressed because I'm like, Mum, just think it in your head and stop telling me, and just, can you just, like, she goes around cleaning but talking and speaking out loud. I'm like, Mum, for just a bit, will you just be quiet and just, and I'm always telling her, like, you need to calm down a bit and just be in the moment and just sometimes not think. Because when you don't think, silence is golden. When you don't think, that's when other things start coming in. I believe your intuition, your over self, your higher self starts coming in and speaking to you, but you don't hear it. It's always speaking to you. It's always there, but you don't hear it because there's too much noise going on. Mainstream media, newspapers, yeah. have lied to you all your life. No, that's my dad, by the way. No more, switch off, don't waste your money, think for yourself, don't let the propagandists think for you. I think before I am. Yeah, yeah, true, Dad. And that's what Q's helping us all do as well. Yeah, if it's not one thing, it's your mother, and it definitely is my mother. And she's always going, I'm always thinking, and I'm worried about this and worried about that. I went, because you just need to just zip it and just chill a bit, Mum. Because she doesn't. She never chills. She's like running off Duracell batteries all the time. I'm like, Mother, just, as my dad knows, just get your candles on. See, I ain't got my TV on. I ain't got my TV on just because I'm talking to you lot. I don't put my TV on at night. So then I think of other things to go and watch, to learn, to paint, to draw, to whatever, chill out, or listen to me intuition, or whatever. And that's what you need to do. Oh, she needs a chill pill, all right. Oh, yeah, she likes a wine. If you give her that, she be, yeah. That's her spiritual self-spirit, yeah, drink. No, TV, like I said, the only reason I'd ever switch it on, I switched it on last week, one day in the morning, because I really wanted to see what Theresa May was up to. And I was just sat there like, ugh. And you know what lies they're putting on there. And I was just like, oh God, this TV, switch it off. Think for yourself, people. Yes, turn into your internal world, exactly. But there is a world out there as well, your spiritualness. Like I said, which they've kept us from, I believe. And I think with Dad, I think you read that I know if I'm saying it wrong, Celestine Prophecies, but it's just a really good listen or read. I just highly advise, even if you know it, to go and listen to it again, because you're just like, oh yeah, because we forget with distractions of family, friends, things going on in life, you forget to slow down and sit a while with yourself and just listen in the quiet. Like I said, the best way to do it is in nature, in your garden, going for a walk, or whatever. Be vigilant of nature around you and stuff. Yeah, my mum, mind you, I must admit, my mum, oh, I don't know. My mum watches stuff, but she tends to watch the really old stuff, which is probably quite good because it's not as bad as now. She likes the really old stuff. When is JFK Jr. coming out? We don't know. We're thinking November. But like I said, if anyone wants proof on that, you've only got to go and watch Youngstown, Ohio rally last year. Wow. Wow. I can't really do much more on it because there's that much, and there's good people doing stuff out there on it. But we just, I'll be just waiting for that one. Oh, the Trump rallies are brilliant. I'd love to go to one. They're just brilliant. He's so funny. I know there's been loads of new Q drops tonight talking on the Q thing, but I haven't properly looked. Oh, don't worry. Oh, yeah. A big announcement from the People's Revolution Party. Have you heard anything? No, not yet. I haven't even been over there. I'm sure I'll find out. Um, General Flynn is signing his book. Yes, did you see? My dad sent me the picture of him signing his book, and it said, "Where we go one, we go on." By the way, it had R in it. Who is R? Who is R? That reminds me of a thing, actually, I was saying yesterday about some people say, oh, Trump's from that bloodline, and we know the Kennedy was from a bloodline, but you can choose to come into your spiritual self and change and come in line with it. The people who don't want to be in line with it, and I believe they came in line with it, they realised there was much more, and it's best to be bringing your spiritual self into your physical self, if anyone understands. Dion Fortune is English. She did a lot. Oh, I might have. I'll look out for that. Is she on YouTube? Are they on YouTube or I don't know. Still been seeing a lot of people going on about the sun solar flares and the observatories and this, that, and the other, and it's getting a bit crazy. Oh, Pence will be arrested. Well, it doesn't surprise me if he is because yeah, what was that? What was that video where he was collecting a piece of paper, doing it looked like a bit of a masonry handshake in the background. I don't know. There's like I said, there's people you'll think, Oh, I didn't see that one coming. Bit like Alex Jones, really, isn't it? Alex Jones is no good. He was trying to point you in another direction. He did wake people up, which was good, but now we see you for what you are. You know, you've got to be careful who you follow. The big announcement was meant to be at 8:30 today. Well, you know, I keep saying about this Trump film that's supposed to be coming out by Stephen Bannon, which was supposed to be last weekend, which was supposed to be Saturday. Now apparently it's tomorrow, but they could be messing, you know, to make the deep state get worried, even if it does come out. But then I thought, oh, holy cow, what's the date tomorrow? The 17th. It's supposed to be out on the 17th. The 17th week anyway, this week coming, I think it's going to be very eye-opening because something's supposed to be happening on the 20th. I think that's when, if they get, I'll call him Cav, you know, the Supreme Judge cut, if they get him in. Oh, there's loads of things supposed to be happening. So maybe they'll put that film out. Maybe they won't need to. Maybe they were just saying that to get deep state because that's how it works. But it's funny. It's the 17th tomorrow. So we'll see. Oh, OCD is very stressful to me because I'm not one of them people. I do things when I want to do them and I don't like being told. Oh, I'll have to watch out for that. JFK Jr. will be... what are you saying, Dad? JFK Jr. will bring all citizens, US citizens together no matter what party think who could take over from Trump in 2020, 2024. Obviously, yeah. And was he a Democrat? But it doesn't matter. Yeah. See, doesn't matter what party you're in. You'd all love him. I was going to say something then about something. I can't remember. Yeah, I think I've always been a bit awake in a sense. A lot of us have, as in the sense of, Dad, I don't know if you remember, but I've never really liked being told what to do. Most kids don't, but I remember at school I didn't do any homework. I didn't really like school. I liked talking to all my friends. That was the best bit about it. Because the teacher used to say, you know, if she actually stopped talking so much at the back of the class, she might learn something. But I didn't really need to learn anything, did I? Because you don't actually learn anything at school, people. Wait till you find that one out. And even at work, when I used to work in nurseries and stuff, and just bosses and the way they used to be, I just used to like, ugh, you know, they just, I don't know. I've just always had the thing of like, no, I want to go and do this, or I just don't like it because obviously we've been controlled, and you should be able to do the things you love to do, but within, you know, certain, what do you call it, guidelines, like. But yeah, I don't know if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, indoctrination centres, exactly. So I've never, yeah, I just got away with doing homework and everything at school. Didn't have to do it because I just used to tell some right porky to the teacher. But oh well. First US, then EU, Israel last. Bring it on, can't wait. Exactly. First US, you know, the storm and all the truth coming out, and then it's us lot here in the EU, which we will be out of the EU. We will be out of it in the end, don't you worry. And then the saving Israel to last. I mean, yes, the saving Israel to last. I think there's a couple of number of things why they're saving Israel to last. I mean, you know, 9/11 and all that, and the sort of spiritual sense with Israel as well. What's going on over there? So, yeah. Anyway, I'd like to see some twinkling stars tonight, but I haven't seen any. But if you understood anything I've just said about celestial beings, and I think we've definitely been hidden from the truth. Q said Alex Jones is an actor. Yeah. William Cooper said Alex Jones was a CIA. He was in the CIA, and that's what's funny about us talking about the book about William Cooper. And if you go and read that, that will open your eyes. If only we could enjoy nature more. Well, I tell you what, that's another thing. Nature more. Have you noticed more and more people are too obsessed? This is what I'm saying. People today are too obsessed with gadgets, phones, the material things, the technology things, instead of nature. And I was sat in the garden today because it's not been nice weather, but it stopped raining, and I went out with a brew. I know it wasn't. It was a cup of soup, and I put a bin bag on the floor because it was wet on my chair and a cushion. And I sat there and I thought, this is why they're trying to bring in the trendy. Why don't you all have a plastic lawn, people? Get a plastic lawn. You know these AstroTurf lawns? My son's nana's got one. Yeah, all right. You don't have to cut your grass, because I was looking at my grass thinking, God, I wish it had stopped raining because my grass is getting, and I really need to sort the grass out. And it's hard work, but it's exercise. What do you want plastic grass for? You can't connect to it. This is what they want. Concrete cities. Hey, let's make it trendy, because it's trendy and you all want to be trendy, you lot with egos. Oh, we want plastic grass in the garden because you don't have to cut it. It looks nice, yeah, but it's not real, is it? It's artificial. They want everything artificial. They want you away from nature. That's why they're always ripping things down and, oh, look at this funky, let's make it concrete city. Oh my God, I hate it. I hate it. My mum said, oh, you could have a plastic grass. I said, I don't want plastic grass. What do I want plastic grass for? No, it's a bit of a pain. You've got to cut it, but it's exercise. And the thing is, it's not the same. Let's just kill off Earth, because my mum wants to cut every tree down, change trees. Let's just concrete the earth, concrete jungle, because that's what they want anyway. Because they hate anything that's nice, so they don't like nature. That would kill the earth off. The earth has to, it has to have nature. It has to have plants and stuff. It's the heart of, you know, just let's get some plastic grass in, people. Yeah, it's easier, but you can't connect to it. It's not nature. We have to connect to nature. As above, so below. We have to connect in the physical realm. We have to in the physical realm. We have to connect to nature. Spiritual. We also have to connect above. They don't want us connecting to nothing. They don't want us connecting to your self, your spiritual self, as above, so below. And they don't want you connecting to your physical self, nature and stuff like that. So let's get your plastic grass in, people, and keep you distracted with all your gadgets and not looking at what you should be looking at. You know, there's a place near me where you can go, and there's an orchard there with apples and that, and it's got a big tree with a bench thing around it. You can sit there, and it's just beautiful. It's just nice to sit there and just realise the things that we have actually got. And then you start thinking, yeah, we should be growing our own food in the garden, but they don't want us doing that. They're not. They don't want. You're buying seeds that aren't like what they're called heritage seeds, so they're not proper. Do you know what I mean? They don't want you growing food. I believe they were going on about they're going to try. They're going to in the end they're going to try and tax water. They don't want you saving rainwater to drink or nothing. Piss off! It's free. Stuff was given to us free. Water's free. The land is free. The food we grow on the land is free if we choose to grow it. People were saying things like, oh, they're going to stop you from growing things in the garden. Just do one, because you want to put tax on everything and keep everyone in the ground and flipping in debt and everything. If I choose to grow food in my garden or anyone else or on land, that's what we should be doing. We should be able to collect rainwater to use for different things, for drinking and everything. Have to pay our flipping water bills and all that. Oh, it just gets on my nerves. Just get some nerves. Let's tax everything. They'll be taxing the air you breathe next. And if you haven't got any money to buy the air you breathe, you'll be dropping dead. Brilliant. Yeah, anyone living off grid is a threat. I'd love to live off grid. Well, loads of people are getting done for that now. You should have the choice to live off grid. We were given, the planet is, the earth was free to us. That's how it began. We didn't have all these things years and years and years back. It is pathetic. Yeah, hypernormalization on YouTube. What's that? I can't even read that, Dad. Zeitgeist, I don't know, YouTube. The war they didn't want you to see. Research, think, Petro. The silent war. It's just ridiculous. Things in this world, we've got free energy, we've got free food, free water, and they just want to tax you on it. So they keep fat and rich, and we keep poor and ground into the ground and all that. But there's a change coming, people. And we know it is in many, many different ways. You've got to break free from that system, people. You've got to start detaching yourself from that thing in the corner of the TV. You've got to start thinking for yourself. You've got to start talking. You've got to start vibrating on that higher vibration, going out in nature. Oh, yeah, petrol, a free waste product from refueling crude oil. Yes, a free waste product. You're paying for petrol and it's a free waste product. There you go. You know what I mean? Everything has purpose in this world. Of course it does. That's why they've kept us away from hemp. You know, we should be growing more hemp than cotton because it lasts longer and you can build loads of things out of it, clothes and everything and paper. Oh, no, they don't want that, do they? No, because you could grow it in your garden. It's really easy to grow, a bit like weed and stuff like that. Oh, no. Don't want you doing that, do they? No, you can't have anything for free. It will change. slowly, creepy. Like, that's why people are beginning to wake up. But the best thing you can do is switch that off people. Start in tuning with people you get on with. If you're hanging around with people that are not on the same wavelength, just don't hang around with them anymore. That's what I do. Don't go on channels where there's loads of aggro. Find the people you like watching, read the books you want to watch, do the things you want to do. If you're going, oh God, it's boring not watching telly, watch YouTube with the people you like to watch and get doing art and stuff and getting outside in nature. Don't matter if you're not good at it, just try it. Or start doing what I do, where I just sit in silence for a bit with I don't mean a book this big, I just wrote on it, and I just let my thoughts that come in when it's quiet flow, and then sort of get all these messages coming in. Yeah, they enjoy the misery, and the misery, that's what I'm saying. It's energy, it attracts what you put out. So if you're miserable, you'll just attract misery. If you're negative, you'll attract negativity. If you're positive, you'll attract positive things with positive people. No coincidences. It's a bit like my mum when she comes down. She was like, "Oh, what's the weather today?" I'm like, "Who cares? I don't check the weather. It is what it is." Well, might not be what it is, but you know what I mean. If it's raining, it's raining. I just think, yeah, well, at least my garden's getting watered, and I don't have to do it. Yeah, TV is boring. What are you stressing over the weather for? You know what I mean? Just, it is what it is. Basically, taking the piss big time. The only reason you pay income tax is to pay off national debt, yeah, to the Federal Reserve, who started this, on loans for wars they yeah, we're paying off the loan for the wars they started. Wait till everyone finds that out. That's why in the end things will start to fall with taxes and different things, and we'll start benefiting, the world will start benefiting, probably getting money back or not getting taxed on stuff, because that's exactly what they've been doing. Yes, well, I will be doing more videos on the higher self, and more spiritual things in between the Q things. So if you want to come and join them, you can, and if you don't, you don't have to. Yeah, hemp is now illegal in the US to grow since early summer. Yeah, that's because Trump's in. Whoop whoop. Make it legal. Make it legal over here. I'll be growing it in my garden. Oh yeah, which reminds me. Hang on a minute. I got these out of my garden today, and this the other day. My son did this one. It's like sweet corn, but it's called rainbow sweet corn. He was like, look at all the different. I haven't even tried it yet, but you know, my first try at growing some stuff in the garden did all right, even though we know what they do to stuff these days. But having a go, because next year I'm gonna try more. And then I got these little tiny little cherry tomatoes out of the garden today. They're really nice. Really sweet. But I want to grow more stuff next year. I've just grown a few things this year to see what works. But and my son likes digging them up and stuff. I don't think she'll get arrested because, I mean, stranger things happen. But I just think that family's going to dwindle off, because we all know what they're like. You know, it's not very nice. But I've never been into him. When the royal wedding this year, went round to my friends, went, oh God, you're not watching this, are you? She was like, oh, I just wanted to see what dress she was wearing. And that, I was like, oh God, if you knew what they were, you wouldn't be watching him. Just switch your TV off. Just take no notice. Don't be buying loads of, what's it called, memorabilia and all. I just won't even bother. But good job. Yeah, I grew some sweet corn from some corn that I had, and I just put it on wet paper towel, and they grew, and then put them in the garden, and they're up here. What is that there? Some sort of pumpkin-y things, but I don't think they've grown yet. I was just testing some stuff. I'm definitely going to do it next year. Thank you. The best thing to go and watch if you want a bit of peace and stuff. Yeah, clothing made from hemp is cheaper, longer lasting, and doesn't stink. Cotton is rotten, hemp is okay. Yeah, they brought cotton in instead of hemp. They didn't want us to have hemp because it lasts longer. They want you buying, consuming. If you've not watched this, I've told people before, please go over and watch Beltane Cottage, an Irish woman in Ireland who does permaculture, is it called? gardening, and that's what I want to do next year. It's a bit more natural gardening. You're bringing all the bees in and the butterflies, and a garden's just beautiful, and she goes walking there every day through all the different seasons, and it's just beautiful. She's spiritual as well, and she lives in this cottage. It's just a very relaxing thing. If you feel stressed in the morning, this is why I'm saying watch the right things. Play 432 hertz music in the morning, like relaxing stuff. I've been playing it to my plants. Play it to your plants. If you watch her, it relaxes. She's got a dog called Jack. She once shouted my son's name out once because he was like on a thing. She's got cats. It's just beautiful. It makes you relax. It makes you want to go out and garden. Even if you haven't got a garden, get flowers in your house and stuff, little plants and stuff. But go over and watch Beltine Cottage? Beltine Cottage. Yeah, and please go and listen to Celestine. Is it Celestine? Prophecies. Find it on YouTube. Just type it and it'll come up. And listen to the story about it and just jog your memory on that because it's brilliant. We are all little stars of light. You've got to shine your light. Like some people have said to me, keep shining your light. It's positivity. It's being on a higher frequency. That is what the world needs. Everybody needs. When they realise this, the world will change. The world is changing, believe it or not. There's a lot more of us. You've got to break free from the matrix, people, that we've been taught all our lives, and it's very, very hard. But once you take those steps, it becomes easier. So I will be doing more videos on this to tell you what I did and to help you too. And I will also be doing my little upkeeps with, Q and stuff. So my channel has always been just what I want to talk about, but it's always been positivity, and Q is positivity. Whoop whoop. But yeah, so I don't know if any of that made sense. I always think I'm not making sense, but I know it'll make sense to those of you who are on the right frequency. It will make sense to you. So don't be all woe is me. If you're angry, yeah, please go and watch or shout it out again. Jenny Hatch on YouTube. Jenny Hatch has done a video. She's done some really funny ones of Trump and that, but she's done one also of JFK Jr. Doing like facial feature matching of the guy, JFK at the rally last year, and a picture of JFK Jr. Someone else has also done a video, but I can't remember, of the voice on Q the Plan to Save the World video, and you can tell it's JFK Jr. So tell it's JFK Jr. TV today is all repeats, and the new stuff. Yeah, the new stuff's crap. It's not even funny. The old stuff years ago, like Roseanne's old show, was brilliant. All that sort of stuff. Now, it's just rubbish. It's rubbish, people. So I'm gonna go. Oh yeah, that's really good. Everyone, please try Solent Greenies. She does awesome Trump videos. She does. They're absolutely hilarious. I love the one with the Trump when he comes in like a big wrestler and he dives on CNN in the wrestling ring. It was hilarious. But I will be doing more videos, spiritual videos. Just, you don't have to believe it, it's just the way I think. Keeps me positive, because this is what we need. We need more positivity. There's too much doom and gloom. That's what they've put out to us, because they want us ground in the ground. They want to keep us down, people. We don't want to be in a lower vibration. We want to be in a higher vibration. This is the truth that has been taken from us. So go and watch, listen to. On here it's easier. Celestine Prophecies, and I shall see you soon. You should go through the Q memes though. Oh, brilliant. I go through a lot every day. I'm always throwing stuff out and looking at stuff and researching and connecting with people on the same vibrations. Yep, energy, vibration and frequency. That's what we all work off. Everything on the planet works off it. Animals, plants, whatever. Planets, when they say planets are coming in line, like they believe there's a big shift coming, which is because it happens every so many thousands of years, and this is when the veil gets lifted, the truth. We've all got to get in that vibration. We've all got to get on the right frequency, people. You've got to get on the right frequency. I'll repeat the channels one more time before I go. Celestine Prophecies. I watched it on someone called, you just type it and it'll come up. I think it was Brocksart or something. Brocksart, because I can't put links in. And then you've got one called Movie Spirit Clips, showing you about your energy. You can see the energy between your fingers. I can see it. You can see an energy line around people. Solvent Greenies, I don't know how you spell it, but you'll find them if you just sort of type them in. What else did I say? Yeah, good vibrations. Do, 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 do. See, I'm always in my own little world, so I don't care what people think, and that's one of the other things you've got to do. The biggest thing you can do before I go is drop your false ego that wants everything, doesn't need, wants everything. Yeah, look at what my dad says there. And stop caring what other people think. You do what you love to do, not what others want you to do, not what you think people want you to do, what you want to do. Um, you know, as long as you're not hurting anyone. And just don't care what anyone else thinks. Don't follow the crowd just because you want to be trendy. Who cares about being trendy? That's just ego. Don't care. Solent Green is... I know it is. It's recycled people out that film. Makes you think, you know, crazy world. Oh, it does go on though. Ooh, won't be talking about that one. Yeah, so I'm going to go. I hope I made sense because I'm just like, oh, did I? I'll be doing more readings of what I write down in. Yeah, yeah, that's it. Beltane Cottage. Go over and just watch it. You'll see it because it's a woman. She goes around a cottage and she's spiritual. She has a fairy garden and it's just beautiful. It's very relaxing. These are the sort of people you need to find. Yeah, I've not seen the whole film, but I remember it. They were eating people. Brilliant. Yeah, research it, people. You know, it does go on in the world. Yes, so I shall. Yeah, it all goes back to cannibalism because that is what's still going on, people. That's what you've got to raise yourselves up. We will beat this. So where we go one week wall, and I shall raise your little vibrations of light and shine it out to everybody. Yeah. Yeah, a white witch. Yeah, I'm going to talk about that because I was into white witch stuff. That's what you call it. Can see videos way back. There's a difference between these people calling witches like Hillary Clinton because the one thing I am going to do a talk on this because I believe people will be going, oh, well, anyone who says they're a witch is awful. No, not Wiccan, solitary I was, because, but that fell away because I'll do a chat on it again because no, there's always a different side, you know, like they reverse things. So like you got your Christian and your cross or whatever you can, and then if that's upside down, it's the devil. You've got the star pointing up and the star pointing down, which is normally Satan because it's the goat's head. There's always yin and yang. So I do believe there are white witches and there are dark witches. Those ones who want to do all the sacrifice and all that minging stuff that Hillary and all them lot are into is the dark occult. There is also a light occult. If you think of like Lord of the Rings, there was always, you know, was it Scamander and Doodah? There's always a good wizard and a bad wizard. There's always good and bad. Like in, oh, I hate saying this because this is an MK Ultra film, but and it was one of my favourites. Oh, what's it called? The Wizard of Oz. There was always a good witch and a bad witch. It's basically stuff they use is stuff we all have, but they still going off the traditions. It's about putting your intention out there. But I will do another talk on that because I was into all that, but into the light occult, which I believe that's positivity and helping people. People used to call them the wise people and stuff like that because they use herbs and stuff to make medicines to make people better. Because we should be using things from the earth, but oh no, they don't want us doing that. So there is two different sides. So you can't call out people like, oh, they must be evil. They're saying they're a witch. Because I did see someone. 10:05. I did see someone saying the other day in a chat I was in, oh, in America, oh, I know someone's got a star on the door, they must be a witch. It doesn't mean they're a bad person. I know people in England, I know people on YouTube and they're great people, but they're all positive. They're not these ones that are doing bloody satanical, horrible rituals. That's the dark occult. Two different things, people. Positivity and negativity. Dark occult, negative. White occult, or whatever you want to call it. Light occult is positivity. Same in everything. Good versus evil, people.